morning, everybody. It is Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. And I co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care, where we've reached out to over 100,000 fathers around the world in 2023, 2022, and 2021. And very blessed to be regarded, have the position or opportunity to be a contributor to the Fly Nubian Queen Network, which has over 550,000 YouTube subscribers, and also soon to be, contributor and board member of the Indie Soup Media Network, which has a reach of over 1 million people. So good morning, Ryan Knight. First Monday morning vibe of the new year live version. We did a repeat last week, but this is the first live version. What's going on in your world?
Dave, good to see you as always. And for those that do not know who Ryan Knight is, one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We support entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage the business is in and help them create a strategy to grow their companies, which includes access to microloans and access to marketing and sales support. I am also an entrepreneur myself. I run a company called Detailing Nights. So we provide mobile waterless car cleaning. So we go to your house or your office, clean your car on the spot without using water, and our plant-based eco-friendly cleaning supplies. And what I'm most proud of is our youth entrepreneurship program. So we support high school and college students, and even those out of school, to show them that they can start their own business by running a mini version of our company. So always looking forward to that. Of course, we're in the off season now as winter is crept up and the
snow finally fell on Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday.
Sticking around, so I feel it.
Yeah, so yes. We're supposed to get some snow and rain tomorrow, but it looks, I have a feeling it's probably going to be gone in the next few days. But let's do some business here. So our usual Monday roll. We put up here, this episode of The Morning Vibe is sponsored by the Macmillan Group, providing mortgage solutions one client at a time since 1999, buying, refinance, or investing. Call them in Canada, 905-813-4354. In the U.S., 904-586-5636. So they are part of our Monday Morning Vibe routine. Also, there's their contact information, Canada, U.S., toll-free, 866-883-0885, website themacmillangroupinc.com, and then email raycmcmillan@gmail.com. So we are waiting for our friend Carolyn Nichol to show up. Hope everything is okay. But Ryan, what has been going on? Are things beginning to pick up? Oh, you know what? Actually, before I go any further, let's do some things. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification button. Also follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Also, these are all the places that you can get a hold of Mr. Knight. There, his website, RyanOneilKnight.com, Instagram @Ryan.Knight99, email address Ryan.Knight@acbncanada.com, and then LinkedIn, Ryan Oneil Knight. So all those things all in one shot. And let's continue further with our little contact. We did the subscribe. So if you want to advertise your business product or service on any of the platforms, including this one that I host, please email me dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. And then finally, join our Discord group. I'm putting more and more stuff up there, and there are already people logged into, there are already people watching. So, hey, everyone, you know what? Thanks for coming in so fast and furious in the morning. Please hit in the comments section wherever you are watching this, where you're shouting in from, and how are things going so far for you in this new year. So, Ryan, how are things going for you so far in this new year?
Yeah, the new year has started with a lot of funding opportunities for businesses, nonprofits, community groups. So that's kept me really busy with trying to get the information to people. Yes, most funders will do info sessions about kind of what their grant is about or what their program's about, but they usually don't go deep and behind the scenes. So we've been trying to walk people through the actual questions, next week Friday this week Friday. Is it this week? Yeah, this week Friday we're gonna be doing like a working group, so helping people actually answer questions and making sure that they get these applications in. I still see people get really resistant to, oh, I'm not sure if I qualify, or if I do qualify, I don't have time. Yeah, you miss the money if you don't apply. So
Well,
yes,
hold on. You missed the opportunity. Just because you apply, you don't mean you're going to get the money.
but if you don't apply, you automatically don't get the money.
That's what I'm saying, though.
So,
I'm
yes.
just saying that you got to shoot your shot.
Exactly. So trying to encourage more people to shoot their shot, get the applications in, and let them say no. Don't discount yourself.
Question for you. You had mentioned, I don't know if it was Friday, probably on Friday with Wayne, that you had a link. Did you have a link of all of where people can look at all the available grant opportunities, or is
Yes?
Can you send that to me either email or via the private chat, and only the people members of the Discord group will get access to that?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's a spreadsheet that we put together.
Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic. So people are chiming in already. So O Downer, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year, O Downer. Good morning, Fitnance IQ Cam, and as otherwise known as KSF EYL RWFQ. And then Serena says from the DMV, I'm really looking forward to today's conversation. So are we. We're waiting for our special friend. Opal Inspired says, good morning from Toronto. Yes. Maria da Costa. Good morning, all excited about this morning's session. Wow. Carolyn, I hope you're going to get here because people waiting on you. You've got an active audience waiting on you. So this is fantastic. So yeah, today is, I've been doing stuff during the I guess holiday seasons. I guess is the first real official day back because people are back from work, and especially people back to school. So this is a real key thing. But I have conversations almost back to back today. I haven't had a full positive, productive day like this one in a long time. Lots of things going on, onboarding people, conversations, this and that. So it's a wrap up. Though tomorrow it goes right back down. So I don't go like chug
back to back days,
back to back. So so this is good. So
I was curious, have you started to lean into teaching others to get into podcasting? I know a couple organizations had brought you in to kind of teach it to a select group. Are you thinking to expand on it?
Well, it's actually, you mentioned, that's something that I didn't think about doing, but that's been out there. I had done I did a session last year for an organization called Innovation Guelph about actually did two sessions, one about sponsorship and one about launching your own podcast. And then someone reached out to me who I hadn't spoken with in about 2 years. We originally met digitally via Clubhouse, and she reached out to me and she asked me for pay. She asked me how much I charge. She didn't wait for me to say, I got to charge you. And we did two sessions. And I'm bad because she actually wants to sit in the green room on one of our conversations. So I'm going to send her a link. I've been bad because I promised her twice to do it and I haven't done it. So I've got to do it. I got to next. And actually we have something coming up on Friday, but that's happening. And then, you and I may be doing something at Brock University in February. Yeah, so that's happening.
We also have the thing with Whitby Chamber, that Black History Month.
Well, that's more of a conversation about Black History Month, but who knows what'll come from that. Oh, so definitely just program alert. Dr. Tachi is going to be on Friday, and she's going to be talking about media, tech, and pop culture in 2024. So that is coming up on Friday. So, and basically we're almost booked out for the rest of the month because we have Ray McMillan coming back. We have David Archer coming back at the end of the month. We also have allegedly Michael Couteau on January 15th. And also, Faces by Pureness is she's booked in. And Dwayne Rutherford, we haven't landed on a date yet, but Dwayne Rutherford runs a great event or company called
Debonair.
Thank you. I was gonna thank you for watching my back. And
Yeah.
they've been nominated by HB as Black Entrepreneur of the Year. Nominated. I thought they had won it, so he corrected me, but he's been nominated. So so we're looking to get him on. So we have February is going to be right full, and then I was doing some conversations with different people, wishing them a happy, healthy, and blessed 2024. And I had a conversation with someone, and he gave me a great idea for a series of conversations this year. So I've got to start working that. I love when people create content for me instead of me having to think it myself. So that is quite a great blessing. So this is good. What else is going on? I'm going to actually message Carolyn to make sure everything's okay, because people waiting on Carolyn.
Okay, cool. And while you're doing that, I wanted to give my quick 2 cents about this whole Cat Williams conversation, because I'm hearing people talk about the interview, but I feel like we're missing the point. When you actually listen to what Cat Williams talks about, he gives a business masterclass almost every time that he's interviewed. And a big thing that he talked about was controlling your content and owning it. When he does his specials, he actually owns and puts them on himself and then sells it to networks. And I remember one interview that he had, and it came up in the conversation with Shannon Sharp, that back and forth he had with the radio host Wanda. But sure, like the tea is him like dissing her and trashing her. But what he actually said in that interview was how Netflix pays for specials. And he talked about the ticket sales that a comedian does while they're touring leans into how much they'll pay for you to come on the Netflix platform. And that's why with Monique and other artists that don't feel like they're getting paid what they should be getting paid, he was like, no, you have to actually do the groundwork and go out and make sure and sell shows and get your audience ticket rate up. Then you're able to ask for more money. So little nuggets of business operations, and really savvy, as he's in a industry that we know. Taraji P. Henson's talking about not getting paid properly. Other artists, and I think it was Terrence Howard talking about not getting paid.
Yes, he's suing. Yeah,
Now
he's suing. Yeah,
he's suing the, I think, Paramount, and suing his own
creative arts agency.
So we have to get really savvy, and that's where I think people get lost in Cat Williams, I guess, trying to tear down or exposing comedians and other people in Hollywood. But we should actually be listening to how he's doing his business and how he's been able to not have to quote unquote sell out. And I know he uses it in a very flagrant way that he says people sell out, but the way that he's been able to keep its autonomy, I think is something that should be modeled, and people should really be paying attention how he owns his content.
Okay, well, the other end of it is that it's showing a little bit of crabs in the barrel mentality too, though. Why are these comedians beefing with each other? Right? They like and I don't know what it is, especially with some Black people. They love the drama, and I think a lot of people watch absolutely. It for the love the and drama leads to trauma. So there are some things, and I watch mostly in there's something. Oh, Kat, you can run a 4 whatever dash. I don't think so, Kat, but that's a whole other conversation. But I think that that because we also too, the thing is, you mentioned Taraji P. Henson, and I think I mentioned this to Fitness IQ Cam when I had an offline conversation. She's in The Color Purple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard Oprah complain about what she's getting paid?
No. But producer?
Huh?
But Oprah is the producer of.
But so here's the thing: how has Oprah been able to do her game where others haven't?
Yeah, but Oprah is not like a union actor.
She's risen above that.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's where.
So when you don't own your own.
Yes, exactly.
See, so this is the sort of things, and the thing is, why, Carolyn has appeared. Fantastic. So, I'm just going to give her a moment to get ready because she just appeared in the green room.
Mhm.
But it's a deeper conversation. I think the thing I took out of it is, it's over 20 million people watch that YouTube video.
Can we get 30 million now?
30 now. Okay. So here's
Wow.
my question. Can we get 300,000 people to watch videos about financial education?
But this is what's interesting is if we use the entertainment to get the message across, that has value too. Because
but in that conversation, financial empowerment wasn't even mentioned. It was more like beef, this, that, the other thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because we only pay attention to the tea, but we don't take out the actual message. Like, he had very specific financial information.
Well, I think it's a longer conversation. Yeah. Before Carolyn comes on, I'm going to do a little bit of a promo too. And thank you, Carolyn, for delaying a little bit because it gives us a chance to do a promo for something that's coming up. And as you know, the McMillan Group is one of our friends. And Ray's son, Stefan, is hosting a conversation this Wednesday called Morning Conversations with Steph and Drew. It's this Wednesday at 10:15 a.m. to 11 a.m. And they're going to be learning more about money and lifestyle with us as they explore and share with you alternative financial products that could assist you on your wealth creation and asset protection journey. And it's going to be moderated by Ray.
Okay, solid.
So there you go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the comment section on all platforms other than Ryan's LinkedIn where you can watch this. So it's this Wednesday, and there's Ray's son, Stefan, and also Andrew Stewart, insurance advisor. So that is coming up this Wednesday. So I will put that information in the chat. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that right now because if I don't do it now, with all the knowledge bombs that Carolyn's going to be dropping, I won't get a time, and I got to respond to all you've been in the chat. So give me a second, and it'll be very interesting. Yeah, what's going to come out from that Cat Williams conversation? Of course, the drama. All right, so okay, Money Conversations this Wednesday with Steph and Drew is now on the platform, in the comments at all the platforms we put it out there. She is back, first time in the new year. I think it's going to be interesting. I think this is the only time we're going to get a chance to see her in January because usually her business is crazy because everyone wants to, allegedly improve their fitness
right?
in the new year. So we have back Colin Nicol. What is going on?
Good morning. Sorry for the delay. In Sudbury here, sometimes we have a little bit of trouble with the internet, but I'm glad it worked out.
Yes, you found a way. Well, first and foremost, I want to wish you, your family, and your team, and all the people that you serve, healthy, happy, and blessed 2024. How was the holiday season, and how's the new year so far?
Holidays were very good, but full, so busy. I also have my grandkids up here in Sudbury for a full week, which I'm 50 years old and not ready for little kids every single moment of the day for 7 days. That was fun for the first 4 days, but I think by the 5th day, they're like, when are we going home? And I'm like, yeah, when are you going home? Well, we had a good time. We had a really, what was really amazing to me is not that it was surprising, but these are city kids. They're grown up in the city, and every day, whether they felt like it or not, we took them out to the forest. And even if they didn't feel like going outside, they came alive in nature. I mean, they were just climbing up every rock they could, throwing stuff into the streams, trying to get up trees, picking things they just came alive in nature. And it so shows that, like, it's just it's so our desire, and it's just within us to be in nature. And they slept, like, you know, they were in bed before 7 o'clock because they were so exhausted from just all the fresh air and being outside. It didn't mean they woke up at 6:30 in the morning, but anyway. So the holidays were great. They were full. And so far, the new year has been so wonderful. I mean, every day's a blessing anyway, but yeah, it's been a blessing to connect with so many people that just really want to make a change. And I'm just grateful that we have at the Energy Shack the blessings to help people make that change a reality.
Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, let's just catch up on some comments before we do some things. So Serena says, Gala King, thanks for coming, point out a couple of gems that dropped from the Cat Williams interview. Fitness IQ says, big up Oprah. Fitness IQ says, I try to make personal finance entertaining. She says also,
good job of that.
And I'm excited for this, for the money conversation with Steph. Steph's going to be hosting. Good morning, Ray says, thanks for plugging the conversation with Stefan and Andrew. My honor and pleasure. Serena says, Happy New Year, Carolyn. Also, morning, Carolyn. So what we're going to do, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go for a quick break, and then Carolyn's going to come back, go all in on doing how you can detox from home. And I'm going, why is she talking about that? She wants people to do detox. Screw the Energy Shack. But there's a method to Carolyn's sometimes madness, right?
All the time.
All right, madness. So we'll be back in 90 seconds, and we're going to go all in on detoxing from home on the morning vibe. Keep it locked. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
You know, and that's what I feel like. You feel like you're the Harriet Tubman of the mind.
I am.
I feel like I'm I'm one of the Harriet Tubmans of intelligent Black people. Like, I want to liberate y'all from like being left behind and ignored and oblivion. Now, really, the rappers get all the attention. You know, seriously, does anybody else feel this way? Like ignorant Black people, they'll be all up, you know, getting all the headlines on the Shade Room.
Overly sexualized Black folks.
Like the twerkers and the, you know, just people that, you know, don't always represent the best of us. You know, the diversity. You know, like people like Dr. Vibe. Like, everybody should know about people like Dr. Vibe. Dr.
Really
Vibe he's trying to do good work for Black people.
Dr. Vibe from Toronto. Good to see you, my brother. Dr. Vibe. Everybody follow Dr. Vibe. He has a great show. He's very good at what he does, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Okay, so let me hop into this. What's up, Dr. Vibe? How you doing? Everybody, if you see Dr. Vibe in the chat, everybody go follow the Dr. Vibe show. Dr. Vibe is a real smart brother and a good human being. I like the guy a lot, and he's very intelligent. And I think everyone should pay attention to what he's got going on. We got to shine the spotlight on the intelligent Black people out here that are really doing the good work. Don't just pay attention to the rappers and the celebrities. You know, a lot of these people are losers. Your true winners are your people in your community that are really having your back, you know, helping us to have stronger families and a stronger community. So Dr. Vibe is in that category. So you might see the Dr. Vibe show in this chat. If you see him, please go follow him. Okay. All right. So anyway.
All right, we are back, and thank you to Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia. And let me put another talk, though, a subject that a lot of people should be talking about is how the Harvard professor resigned. Black woman, Harvard, and had
only 6 months.
Yeah, she has the shortest tenure ever of any person who's in charge of Harvard, which is, to me, a more important conversation than the Cat Williams thing, to be honest with you. And I got to shout out to Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia, because on Saturday night they talked about it, and they had Dr. Tachi with them.
Gotcha.
Nice. That is huge. So shout out to that. So Carolyn, it's detox time.
It's detox time.
Well, it's always detox time, but especially in at this time of year.
Yes. So you know,
go for it.
Here we go. Steering wheel. Let's hit on the gas and let's drive down the detox road. And what does this mean for us here in January and every day of our life? So a couple things that I just want everyone to understand is that your body is always in detox mode. Okay, your liver, the most important function, the most important organ for detox, and the main detox organ is your liver. It is constantly detoxing your body all day long. So I don't want anyone to think that, you know, you're only detoxing when you go on a fast or doing a juice cleanse. Your body's always in detox mode. Here's the thing is that because of our everyday eating, because of our high stress life, because of the processed food that we consume and the medication and even the supplements that we take, our liver does get backed up. So when the liver can't get everything filtered out of the blood every day, it actually stores those extra toxins in your fat cells because fatty tissue is very protective. And so it'll store it in the fat cells. But the problem is that those toxins seep into your bloodstream every day. So what happens is when you don't give your body a break of food, of supplements, of processed stuff, when you don't take a break from that, the liver doesn't get the opportunity to catch up. It's like you have this administrative assistant that's constantly helping you, but you've backed them up with too many things and you haven't, stopped piling on. When you stop piling on, you let yourself catch up, then you can deal with the new pile, right? So that's the issue, is that even though we're always in detox mode, the truth is most of us are putting more toxins into our body than our body can handle day to day. And your skin being the largest detox organ, many people will come to me saying, I'm really itchy or I'm getting these spots here. I know your liver's backed up. I know there's a lot of trouble. And when you feel very fatigued, that tells me that the highway of all your nutrients is having trouble. I mean, if you look, for those that are here in Toronto, but even if you're not, you look at your highway at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, like you're getting from A to B in 45 minutes, when if you did that at 5 in the morning, you'd get there in 10. So when you're starting to feel fatigued, it's because your body can't transport those nutrients very quickly, because your system is so backed up that it takes that much longer for vitamin A to get up to the eyes, for the phytonutrients to get to the cells that they need. Everything takes so long, and your body has to use so much more energy just for day-to-day processes within the cells. It doesn't leave much left for you. So those are signals and signs that, I'm missing that glow on my skin. My hair is not feeling shiny and good. My energy's low. My skin's showing some pimply stuff. This is like your liver is on overload.
And I was curious, because so what can we watch out for to make sure that we know a detox is needed or is working? Like you're saying, the skin not glowing, but are there certain symptoms that we can, even like how our poo is looking or our pee is looking? Like what could we do?
Absolutely. Those are great questions. Those are really great questions. So, Ryan, for sure, your bowels speak volumes about what's happening in your system. But you can have long, full bowel movements. You could be urinating fine, but your system is still backed up. Generally, if you're feeling fatigued, if your energy is really low, if you're noticing that your skin is not looking very good, if you're seeing anything on your skin, if your inflammation's high, you notice that your joints are just swelling a little bit, your feet are getting a bit swollen, you're looking at yourself and you're like puffy. It's not even just excess weight. You're feeling like puffy. Those are signs that your system is on overload. And the best thing to do that I tell people is just for maintenance, once a month, do a small fast. Once a year or once a quarter, do a bit of a longer one. Once a year, it's nice to do a really long one. But just every month, if we could just give our body a break of food. In fact, for those that are really gung-ho, I suggest once a week to give your body a break of food, but even just for 24, 36 hours. But once a month, generally, like 2 days, 3 days is ideal. Our digestive system requires the most energy of all of our systems. And so when you give your digestive system a break, which is what I want to talk to you about today, your whole body gets a break. Every organ gets a break. The heart does less work, the liver does less work, the pancreas does less work, and then it can catch up. But food affects every single organ in the body, and it's necessary, but it's not necessary, believe it or not, to eat every day.
it's not necessary to eat every day?
Sure isn't.
Okay. A few things I want to chat about today. So what about doing a detox? How often should one detox a month? Should it be done monthly or not?
Yes. So let's understand this term detox, because as I said, your body's always in detox mode. But to actually access those extra stored toxins that are stored in our fat cells, we have to send our body into a specific detox state. And the only way to do that is to go for 24 hours of an extremely low caloric deficit. Because when you do that, your body naturally goes into ketosis. And we hear a lot about this ketogenic diet. Now, I don't believe the ketogenic diet is healthy to do all the time, but when you're fasting, that's how you go into ketosis. Because when your calories are lower than your required need, when your calories are lower, your body goes into your fat cells to access fat to use as fuel. So that's why this, ketogenic diet keto diet is so popular, and people aren't doing it right, and it's not very healthy, but we could talk about that another time. But when your body uses fat for fuel, the beauty of that is those extra toxins are actually stored in your fat cells. So when you give yourself a caloric deficit for more than 24 hours, and it has to be more than 24 hours, your body uses fat for fuel, starts burning fat, and naturally the toxins that were stored there are released. And they seep into the bloodstream, and your body, because you're not eating, has the ability to dispose of it. So I recommend that you do this once a month. Maybe just 2 days or 36 hours once a month.
So here's the question, and is it a home detox, or some of the detoxes at Energy Shack juice bar? Yeah, so that's why I'm saying. So you're saying we should do a detox, like a serious detox, at least once a month. What are the advantages of getting a detox from your lovely company rather than doing it from home? Because I know eventually you're going to talk about how you can detox from home, but what are the advantages getting it from you?
That's a great question. So I'm, of course, on here for the community, and as much as I, am a business owner and want to promote the Energy Shack, the reality is that not everybody's close by, not everybody can afford it. So the advantages of doing it from the Energy Shack is, number one, it's convenient. We do all the juicing for you, put it in bottles, and tell you exactly what you drink when. That's super convenient if you have, $72 or more to spend. So that's number one. Number two is that we use organic, period. So everything inside that juice is organic. Number three, we use a cold press juicing machine. This is an industrial juicing machine that it's super expensive, but what it does is it crushes the vegetables without the heat being anywhere near it. So 90% of the nutrients contained in those vegetables fibers are in your bottle, right? And then the other thing is that our recipes have been designed by this Certified Holistic Nutritionist, this lady that made all of these juice recipes. I don't even know how she came up with, besides the grace of God, 14 different amazing recipes. But I've designed them in a specific way that they target different organs. We never mix fruits and vegetables, so you don't get this sugar spike. It's clean energy. However, what I want to show you today, of course, I'm going to give everybody listening here a coupon code if you really want to detox from the Energy Shack. But I want to equip you, wherever you're at in your budget, wherever you are in the world listening, how you can detox from home.
Gotcha.
Well, you'll do the coupon code, which is great. Also, you'll share with me on the back channel that, and also some of these tips we can share with our Discord group too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just catching up on some comments. I don't know who said it, but saying our body is the DVP, Don Valley Parkway, which is uncongested travel thing on our way in our lovely city.
Yeah,
Also,
only at 5 a.m.
Yeah, Leonora Atkins says, good morning, Carolyn.
Good morning, darling.
And some other things. Okay, so some questions here. Fitness IQ King goes, what about washout?
Okay, that's another conversation for another time, but I do washouts too.
Okay, all right. And the first lady.
So what's the difference between washout and detox?
So when you're doing a detox, your bowels may not move. Because I'm going to show you how to do detoxes that don't really have a lot of fiber, and there's a purpose for that. So a washout like totally flushes out the colon and gets rid of any debris and stored, feces that are in the colon.
All right.
Gotcha.
Welcome. Good morning. The First Lady of ACBN, Charmaine Hussey, has a question going, how do we avoid getting gas or feeling dehydrated?
Yes, that is a great question. I will show you how to do that as I explain how to do these detoxes.
Okay, and then before we go, of course, she is here. We mentioned her name, superstar on the online on Saturday with Dr. Alicia and Dr. Voice. Dr. Tachi is in the house.
Good morning.
Host of Mediascope, the livest program about media, tech, and pop culture on what's on a hiatus till mid-February. But when it is on, it's 5 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays on Instagram Live, and then 6 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, and other platforms. And Fitness Echo, yes, great question, Charmaine. And a little endorsement here. What I like about Carolyn, it's not necessarily a money thing. She's about helping our community also. There's an endorsement. There you go. So Carolyn, go deeper. Let's go.
Okay, so if you want to, remembering that creating a caloric deficit for more than 24 hours is all that your body needs to do to detox. So what would be the number one easiest, most affordable, cost you barely any money, just pennies a day, is just to fast on water. Okay, so you're drinking water for 36 hours or 24 hours. Now, understand that I need to put a disclaimer out there. If you are on medication or have any health issues, you may not be able to do any of these detoxes that I've mentioned, even the ones at the Energy Shack. Consult with your physician first. Let's make sure that that is listed out there and very, very clear. So not everybody can do a water fast, but if you're in pretty healthy condition, but still always check with your physician, your health practitioner as well. So I would recommend that the most effective, because our juices still contain calories. So if you really want to get deep, now I don't recommend unsupervised long water fasts. Hear that clearly. Past 2 days, I would never recommend somebody's doing a water fast past 2 days unless they are supervised. So for 2 days or at least 36 hours, just drink water. You can have herbal tea. That's pretty close to water, no calories, little properties in it, but you're just doing water. That's inexpensive, it's affordable, it's achievable for everybody pretty much. So that's number one, is a water fast, okay? Now, if you're just like, yeah, I don't know about water fast, remember that no matter what fast you're doing, make sure you're including water, although I will talk to you about a dry fast at the end. So that's number one, is the water fast. Number two, if you want to do something that you're just like, I don't know about a full liquid diet, but I do want to create a caloric deficit. I don't know if anybody knows Dr. Ben Kim, but he's a chiropractic doctor from Canada that sells a lot of his own sort of natural supplements in the US. Not that I'm suggesting everybody buys his supplements, but he does talk a lot of good things. And years ago, he talked about doing an apple and celery fast. So your first meal, and you do this like when apples are in season. So this is a great kind of a fall cleanse to do, where you get a few heads of organic celery, and you get a small bushel of, if you can, organic or locally grown apples. And your first meal after your water in the morning is an apple. Your second meal is like 4 stalks of celery. You have your apple, you wait an hour, you just drink water. When you're hungry, you have a bit of celery. When you wait an hour, just drink water. When you're hungry, you have an apple. So you're alternating between apples and celeries for 2 days or 3 days. What this does is it does add fiber to your system. So your colon is getting cleansed, but you are getting tons of antioxidants and the flavonoids, and also celery is highly, like, it has a lot of properties for it to reduce inflammation. So it's very cleansing because there's so much fiber in the apples and the celery, and they're juicy. They're full of the high water concentrate, lots of electrolytes. So this apple and celery cleanse, it's not going to detoxify you deeply, but it's going to give you that break of inflammation, bloating, and possibly gas also. But remember, don't just randomly eat your celery or your apples throughout the day. Eat when you're hungry. So I'm hungry right now, I'm gonna have an apple. I'm gonna move on to water an hour later. When I'm hungry again, I'm having like 4 sticks of celery. Move on to water. So it's just alternating that.
So a few things I want to pick up there. Eat when you're hungry.
Yeah. What a principle.
Eating when you're hungry. And I don't know if this gentleman, right? Can you replace that fruit with another one, like pears or oranges?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It kind of actually leads into the next fast, which again is not super low calorie, but you could just do a raw fast. You could do any other fruits. I wouldn't do high sugar fruits because you're trying to create a caloric deficit. So I wouldn't do like bananas and mangoes, but you could, like, melons are so cleansing. So you could do a melon meal, and then maybe do a salad later. You're still creating a caloric deficit because you're not eating cooked food, carbohydrates and all of these starches. But again, you're not actually creating a major caloric deficit, but it's still very cleansing. So you could do a raw food fast. Nice background.
Yeah, I had it, and I'm going, you mentioned, I had it ready when you came on. So I just said, this is the Carolyn background. And you can't see fully, but there's raw veggies and in the background. You can see. So I thank you for ticking my alleged mind I brought that background just for you.
Thank you. It's beautiful. I love it. I want to eat all of it.
Okay.
So now you said not to eat until you feel hungry, but for those that are very used to eating, feeling hungry might be like over supercharged. So are there like certain, I don't want to say symptoms, but when we feel like we need to eat, is there something that we can say, okay, I might feel like I have to eat, but I don't need to eat right now? Is there certain body signs that we can say, okay, now I need to eat, to say like, okay, it's better to eat now? Like, are there stuff that we can watch for?
Ryan, not knocking Dr. Vibe because he asked great questions, but you really ask very good practical questions that I think I don't always think about answering, but the community minds are thinking. So I appreciate those questions. So there is this thing that you can do. So and I especially, I did it all week long with my grandkids. I'm hungry. Are you bored or you're hungry? Drink this water and come back to me and tell me again. So basically that telltale time. Sometimes our stomach is gurgling because it's digesting. So the noises in your stomach, which, by the way, my husband did a little research this week, and he's like, do you know when your stomach grumbles? Do you know what that is? And you know what? I didn't look at the research, so I'm just going to take my husband as the textbook. He looked it up. He says it means your organs are shaking. They're vibrating, saying, I want food. Isn't that wild?
I always thought it was...
that growling sound is shaking organs? I didn't know that.
I always thought it was the stomach eating itself. I remember...
So did I.
Yeah, so...
I'm going to look that up a little bit more. But anyway, if you think you're hungry, you're not 100% sure, drink water. Because if you weren't hungry and your body was just, making gurgling sounds for digestion, the water is welcome. But if you are actually hungry and the stomach gut is empty and you drink water, it's just like, I wanted food, and it will let you know. Also, you should notice some people, I've learned in my practice, don't have grumbly tummies. Their energy just begins to drop. So if you notice, it's been about 5 hours since I've eaten, and like I'm running out of energy, but my stomach hasn't growled. Again, try drinking water. If that doesn't change anything, then it's time to eat.
Okay. Now, and this is one of the things that I had to come to reality when I first met Carolyn. Used to like cold water.
Okay. Yes.
Go ahead, Carolyn. She put me under manners with water. Go ahead. And I think a lot of people need to know about cold water. So go ahead, Carolyn.
Yeah, so the problem is, I think most of us know that our internal body temperature is rather warm, like 37 degrees. So, picture yourself just
Celsius.
getting out of your morning covers, your bed is warm, you're warm, and someone just throws a bucket of cold water on you. Like, it's going to take you a while to regroup, function, and do anything.
Yeah,
and this is
come out of jail after busting.
What's that?
And get out of jail after beating that person up.
You know what? You should never do that, especially to a man. But when my son was young and it was the 4th day of him not waking up to his alarm, I promised him that there was going to be a bucket of cold water on his head, because I'm not going to be your alarm clock. When your alarm clock turns off, you get out of bed. I don't care if you're 10 years old, you know how to read time. And by the 4th morning, and he wouldn't get out of bed, I came in with a cold glass of water and poured it right on his head in the bed.
No, you did that. You did that?
That's a true shock to the system.
I'm that kind of a mom. I really am. I can only speak so many times. I have
exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, I learned quickly, don't do that to a guy. Number one, probably not to a girl, but girls are a little bit more forgiving. But yeah, he went to school angry for like a week. But he got up every other morning after that.
Okay, you see that?
Okay, all right.
Anyway, but the cold water, seriously, the problem with that is that the other major problem is that, number one, it slows everything down in your system. It's very difficult for your body to function when cold things happen. That's why cold smoothies are a problem. Cold anything is a problem. But here's the thing, is that because digestion requires the most energy of the human body, it doesn't matter what's happening. When food goes in the stomach, if your body was fighting a virus, if your system was fixing a cell, it's going to use its energy to digest, because food takes precedence first. So that's the issue, is that you want to eat things in such a way and do things in such a way that digestion's easy and your body doesn't have to call on extra forces to digest. I mean, this is really why we're going to open up a whole can of worms here, but like why I suggest you have a big salad before your cooked meal, because there's so much water in that salad, so much enzymes, so your body doesn't have to pull so much water from your system, create so much enzymes with the pancreas. It's like less work when there's a salad there and then a cooked meal. But anyway, when the system is cold, it actually brings the blood from all the extremities to come and warm the stomach back up to 37 degrees so it can do its digestion properly. That's a problem, because if your blood was out there fighting a virus, it leaves. It's like, oh, guys, sorry, weapons down. We got to go to the stomach. They drank cold water again. Guess who's taken over? Mr. Virus, just because you drank cold water.
Okay. Let's catch up on some comments. Another testimonial. Good morning, everyone. Special hello to Carolyn. My hubby and I are living proof that the cleanse and detox from Energy Shock works.
Nice.
Serena says, I absolutely, let's just probably say, love watermelon juice. My body feels so hydrated and cleaned out.
Yes, very cleansing. Melons are so cleansing.
Fitness IQ Chem says, nice background indeed. Leonora, please, hey, we promote other people here. Please watch my son Marlon Palmer and Alicia Ace West hosting the new morning show on G98.7 starting January 15th.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice, Leonora.
So we do that in Toronto. Dr. Chachi says, hey, Serena. Fitness IQ goes, can't convince me grandma to have room temperature water.
Listen, if she's a grandma and living that old, I'd say just let her do it.
Let her do.
She's doing something right.
Otachi Hayden says, by the way, Carolyn's husband is Jamaican. Water in the bed is standard Jamaican practice.
Oh boy. What, as the alarm clock?
Oh my goodness.
Funny he says that, because since I married my husband, he insists on having a water bed. I think we are the only people left on the planet that have
what?
Can you imagine?
Gotcha.
I have a heated water bed every night. Yeah, don't throw cold water on me. I have like a warm heated water bed every single morning. Anyway.
That's just out of the people who are listening here. Does anyone own a water bed other than Carolyn?
Wow, right.
Wow. I don't know how. There many years ago that used to be that in thing, but I haven't heard about that in a long time.
Yeah, we have, you know what? And we have to change the mattress every few years. And he hunts like practically the world to find a company that'll get us a new waterbed mattress. Yeah, it's like that.
Wow.
It's
all
wonderful.
right.
Yeah,
Dr. Chachi says, wow. That says, Baba, I used to have a waterbed too. Okay. Okay. She says, I'm so sad it's gone, especially during winter. Okay. And then Dr. Chachi, you started something here, Carolyn, about the waterbed. So Dr. Chachi says, no, waterbeds are circa 1980s.
Oh boy.
All right. Ray has a question. Hello, Carolyn. How does one manage a fatty liver? What type of diet do you recommend?
Oh, Ray, that's such a great question. So here's the thing about fatty liver is that if anybody is struggling with a fatty liver, you need to get in touch with me. I only have a 100% success rate at reducing, if not eliminating, fatty livers. So I've never met somebody with a fatty liver that we haven't been able to reduce it in size. Most of my programs are 30 to 60 days. So I'm not always with them at the end of their fatty liver gone, but I've actually had people reduce it and completely get rid of their fatty liver in less than 3 months. Now, what you have to do is understand that there is fat on your liver. So the way, thinking about everything that I've said, fasting is so key. The more you fast, the more the body uses excess stored fat and uses it as fuel. So not only do you need to detox, believe me, if you could do 24 or 36 hours every week, you'd probably be cured in 2 months. But if you did a fast every month, 2 days, 3 days, start with a big one, 5 days. And on top of that, you've got to eat a lot of fiber during your eating times. You've got to have those big salads because it actually pulls toxins. The fibers from your fat salad are very sticky. And there's actually a portal that goes from your colon to your liver to pull that fat off. So that's important. And regular fasting daily on what I call intermittent fasting the right way, big breakfast, good lunch, and from 3 o'clock till the morning, fasting that way, 16 hours that way. Now you're fasting through the night and your body's also getting rid of some of that fat. So that's what I recommend for a fatty liver. But in order, there's other things and a few other supplements that you can also take, but it would be good to get in touch with me. And that $49 consultation is still valid this year.
Yes, I put, so thank you for reading again, my alleged mind. I put out a whole bunch of information on all the platforms except Ryan's LinkedIn on offers that we have, but I'll put it also on screen, as she mentioned. Consultation with the nutritionist for $49 instead of $110. When you mention the Morning Vibe or Dr. Vibe, email info@energyshackjuicebar.com. As you guys are doing, as you family are doing now, you can always email Carolyn and say you saw on the Morning Vibe, ask questions. She may be a little bit delayed this one because January seems to be a very busy month.
I'll get back to you. Give me 48 hours. I'll get back to you.
There you go. And also contact information, the website, Energy Shack Juice Bar, also email. We gave that, phone number, Facebook, YouTube, etc., etc., etc. And I've put that in all the comments. So not only is it on screen, but unless you're watching on LinkedIn, it's in the comments section. So it's all there.
So I'm going to do a final detox. what's the last way, or not, I shouldn't say the last way, but the last recommendation I have for you to do a detox. Are we ready?
We are ready. This is
Now,
your show.
this is from
You're
home.
driving the ship. We're just steering it.
So this is from home. Okay, so I will, of course, I'll address really quickly at the end how you can get a detox from the Energy Shack. You're like, yeah, celery and apples, yeah, water, yeah, raw fast. Just make it for me, Carolyn. So we can do that too. And I will tell you about our detox challenge, which is awesome. There's spaces left for January 21st, where there's a 7-day challenge out there. And I want to explain that to you in a minute. But the other thing you can do, because here's the reality that I have discovered, there are a lot of people allergic to raw vegetables. And again, if you want some help for me to help reset you, there is a lot of people that have trouble. They get a fuzzy mouth or pimples in there or things like that when they eat raw vegetables. So what you can do is you can take a whole bunch of vegetables, whatever ones you want, put them in a pot, boil those vegetables, simmer them for a couple hours, strain off all the water, strain off all the vegetables, and just drink, as our West Indian friends would say, the pot water. So you're just taking that broth and you drink that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Of course, if you have a juicer at home, you could juice some vegetables to add to that. If you're not allergic to vegetables, you can do your own juice detox from home if you want to. But doing a broth fast is low calorie, tons of calcium, lots of iron in there, and no fiber. So it's not the kind of nutrients that you get from cold pressed juices, but it's very soothing. So especially if you have digestion issues, that kind of fast is really healing. And someone had asked about gas and bloating. You're just drinking warm broths all day. It takes everything away. So that's the last do-it-yourself suggestion I have, which is your broth fast. And if anybody has any questions and the drum rolls, I will tell you how Energy Shack can just make it easy for you.
Solid.
Okay, before we get to the Energy Shack portion, we got, again, can't let go of the waterbed. Sir, during the winter times, during a heated waterbed is crucial. Okay.
Can I add to that?
Go ahead.
Our waterbed is so high tech because like there's new waterbeds out there, believe it or not. But our waterbed is so great. It's like a motionless waterbed. You know, it doesn't go like this. Only, I mean, if you wanted to, it will. But in the summer, it's cool. And in the winter, it's warm.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, we're God. Maybe you look for a waterbed sponsor, Carolyn. Fitness IQ Camera says yes. I realize a friend of mine is allergic to certain vegetables. Fitness IQ Camera. Oh, maybe she'll buy a waterbed now. There we go. Serena says, I'm not sure if I missed it. I asked a question about the top binders to help get toxins out and what to do if we have detox reactions to, quote, Herx reaction, unquote, just in case. What's Herx reaction?
She's going to have to unpack that one for me.
Okay, good. Do you want to?
I don't have all the answers.
Is there any part of that you can answer?
Yeah,
though?
there is definitely, because there are definitely, I didn't see that question, but there are definitely some top binders. So usually fats are used in the system as binders, certain fibers as well. But I don't know if she's talking about heavy metal binders, but a detox, honestly, all the detoxes that I mentioned cannot get rid of heavy metals. So that's a serious issue that I'd have to talk to you about. There are certain, and especially like if you have parasites, fasting is good, and those fasts that I recommend, but it's not going to get rid of them. It helps the process, but we have to talk specifically about how to get rid of heavy metal binders and how to get rid of parasite binders. But if we are just in a toxic overload and there's too much sticky fat substance in the body and, you know, pathogens, all the fasts that I've described, especially the water fast or the juice fast, those are the ones that are going to heal you the most.
I have a question. When we first met, you talked about inflammation and its impact on the body. Can you share with our family here the impact that inflammation has on our body, and how can detoxes address inflammation?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first of all, everybody has generally a level of inflammation in their system, but it's when inflammation gets to the point where your body is constantly sending out inflammation cells. So, we actually, in our immune system, have inflammatory cells that go out on the job to heal the issue when we are consuming things that are inflammatory. Highly inflammatory foods are sugar, dairy products, the byproduct from chicken, from fish, from eggs, from beef, from pork. Processed food is highly inflammatory, but the biggest cause of inflammation is stress. Because when cortisol is released over and over again, it creates so much inflammation. Every disease at its core is inflammation, whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiac issues, digestion issues. Every disease at its core and health issue is inflammation. So the problem is that when the body senses inflammatory foods or high cortisol in the system, it's triggered to release inflammation cells. When it's triggered to release inflammation cells, those cells constantly going to those areas begin to eat away at that area. So now we have a degeneration of cells. Now we have joint pain. Now we have a stomach lining that's being eaten away and it becomes ulcers. Now we have your body begins to swell and fill up with water in areas because it's trying to protect the inflammation. Now I'm swollen. Now I have diverticulitis because my diverticuli and my colon are bulging. Now my heart is enlarged. My liver is enlarged, right? My knees are swelling. My feet are swelling because your body's trying to protect you from the inflammatory foods, substances. Never mind, we didn't even mention alcohol, tobacco, marijuana. Friends, just because it's legal doesn't mean we should smoke it. We are damaging and killing brain cells and creating so much inflammation. When your body has to make an inflammatory response, again, you get a cut, you can see how it works. Your body swells up in that area, it fills it with water and begins to heal. But when this happens over and over again, it's damaging. It's highly damaging. Organs are ruined, cells are killed, tissues are diminished, and bones, they start to deteriorate because your body just pulls resources from everywhere.
And then how does the detox help reduce that?
So you stop eating, you stop putting inflammatory food in your body, and you start drinking liquids that just flush toxins. So your body for that 24, 48 hours, 5-day period has unless you're still stressing every day, but doesn't have all of those hits of inflammation. And your system's like, oh, wow, I'll take the issue. This is okay now. Which is why it's so important that after your detox, you don't just jump into your bad food again. We have to learn, and that's where the consultation comes in, is how can I eat now? Because you're gonna feel so good after the detox. And it's like, it doesn't have to just feel good during the detox. I pretty much feel good every day. I still detox, but you still can feel good every day. But that detox is still important because we breathe air that's, full of pollutions. And as clean as our food is, our body still needs a break. So that just by stop eating and flushing with so much water, nutrients, or the broth, inflammation's just naturally reduced.
Okay, so Serena has given a definition of Herx. A Herxheimer reaction is a set of symptoms caused by natural immune response to initiating an antimicrobial protocol known as die-off reactions.
Yeah, so that would then be more so, I would say we'd need to do a parasite cleanse, we need to do a candida cleanse, and that she regularly does communicate with me by email, but that's kind of a different protocol to some degree because you are going to create, I would recommend that you would do a detox that's really low in sugar. So you're trying to get rid of funguses, get rid of the bacteria that's in your system. So you don't want to put carrots in your juices. You don't want to fast on fruits. You want to create a very low caloric deficit that doesn't have a high glycemic index.
All right.
I hope that helps, but I could unpack that with her a little later.
Yeah, she goes, I deal with this.
Yes.
I deal with this with herbs and juicing at times. Yes. That's a whole other conversation of using binders and whatnot. If someone does experience symptoms, quote, die off, unquote, from detoxing.
Yeah, you need a lot of bitter herbs like clover, like burdock root. You need a lot of really bitter dandelion, bitter herbs to really help with that issue.
Okay. So it's energy shock juice time. Talk about what's coming up.
So here's the thing. You've heard all these do-it-yourself detoxes, and you're like, great, but I don't think I'm doing that. I've got a little bit of money saved up. I want to do a detox, and really, you can literally do a detox for like under $100, which I'm not saying that $100 isn't a lot of money, because every penny counts today, but it is affordable for you to do a detox with us. So you could do 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, and we only have space left, only like I think 5 spaces left in our 7-day detox challenge. But you can, again, by using the code VIBE10, you can get 10% off your detox for anybody that's listening today. And I am not giving discounts on detoxes this month because we're so busy that I don't need to. But for those listening, I do want to let you know our value and appreciation for you tuning in today. So by using the coupon code VIBE10, you can get 10% off your detox until January 31st. So a couple ways that Energy Shack can help you detox. Number one, you can just get a detox from our store, and we can do a 2, 3, or 5-day detox with 2, 3, or 5-day detox with you. We deliver all around the GTA and beyond, or you can just come pick up at our location in Scarborough, 1970 Ellesmere Road. Number two, if you're, feeling a little advanced, you could jump into our 7-day detox challenge. So the first heat starts January 14th, but they're full. So our next heat is January.
Oh, hold on. It's full?
It's full, yeah.
How many people?
We have almost 20.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can't handle much more.
Well done. Congratulations.
Yes. So now we have January 21st. I think there's about 5 spaces left, but this is what the challenge looks like. On Sunday, you drink only water. You pick up 5 days. You pick up your first 3 days of juice or get it delivered. And from Monday to Friday, you fast for 5 days on our juices. Then at the end of your fast, you're doing a dry fast. No water, no juice for 16 to 20 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fabulous at the end of water, juice. Now we go into a dry fast because, listen carefully, every cell, even your bad ones, need water to survive. So what you're doing is you are putting yourself in dehydration mode safely, because we're going a maximum of 20 hours, a minimum of 16. And all the instructions are given to you, but you really need to go online and purchase that detox today. And there's no 10% off of that. It's already discounted. But that detox is $199. And what you can do is what it does is it goes deep, because you're in dehydration mode. Your body goes deep into your interstitial fluids, deep within your cells, that water that doesn't always get recycled. And it starts pulling that water out because it's in dehydration. It uses it for its good cells while it starves the bad because there's not an abundance of water. So after you've just released so much toxins for 6 days, you go into this dry fast. I'm telling you, you feel restored. I'm doing it myself. I've jumped into the 14-day one, and I'm going to do it. I do it every year. It's fabulous. And at the end of your 14-day, we give you an extra bottle of our lemonades, like the most popular juice on our shelf.
Nice.
And you break your dry fast with that lemonade and just totally flush the system. And then you go into eating your fruits and veggies. It's fantastic.
Okay, so there's a lot. So and this I was waiting for this comment to finally happen. Carolyn, I wish we were like 16 hours closer to each other. So Serena, I'm waiting for the day that Serena and her son come to Toronto, and I can't wait. I want to introduce you two to each other because that's gonna be a whole day. Like there's like I say, see you tomorrow, Carolyn. See you tomorrow, Serena, because I know she's a strong advocate for herself. Sonia Thomas has a question. Do you deliver to Kitchener?
You know what, Sonia? Check with me by email, info@energyshackjuicebar.com, or just call us 647-637-6755. I believe our driver might go to Kitchener-Waterloo once a week. I'm not 100% positive.
But there you go. There you go.
Nice.
14 days. Whee.
No, not 14 days. 7 days.
Starts on the 14th.
Yeah, starts
It
good.
starts on the 14th. Yeah, next Sunday. Next Sunday.
Wow. Ryan, any questions?
I have one last suggestion for
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So if you're just like definitely not fasting, definitely, can't really wrap your head around that, I want to invite you. We have on February 8th, 4-day retreat in Muskoka. It's less than $2,000 for the 14 days. In fact, you can get it right now. If you use our $100 off coupon, you can get the garden view room for $13.95. For 4 days, we are going to give you the organic juices. We are going to give you the detoxifying salads. We're going to give you the herbs that cleanse. We're also going to take you outside, take you snowshoeing, show you how to enjoy the winter, put you in a sauna, let the saunas detoxify you every day. There's hot and cold plunges if you dare, but we will take you through 4 days of incredible cleansing, reduce your inflammation, and you don't have to chop even one vegetable to do it. So that is an option on our website. $100 off only until January 15th. And there's still some spaces left. We want to take you to Muskoka, 2 hours from Toronto. So now, even if you're in the States, you can come. Just fly on over to Canada.
Or drive.
Yeah.
It's a Thursday to Sunday, but we also are going to teach you there. This is not just a spa retreat. We are going to teach you how to do these natural remedies, how to use castor oil packs, how to use bitter herbs for cleansing. We're going to show you how to make the food so that you leave equipped. So yes, you're going to leave feeling very restored, very rested, but also educated, because I don't know if you can tell, but I love to educate.
Yes, teach. You love to teach. I will say to everybody here, the least that you can do when you're eating, especially for your major meal, start it with a salad. That's the 100%. minimum you can do. Minimum. Even yesterday, I had my romaine lettuce, put in some tomatoes, and then someone gave me a recipe for lemon vinaigrette dressing, which I am addicted to.
Nice.
So that's the least you can do for your major meals. At least do the salad and lots of warm water.
Yes, 100%.
That's the least. Carolyn, it sounds like you got stuff to do, as always. I'm sure since you have nothing to do in January. Any last messages you have for our family?
So I just want to remind everybody that this body, it's all we got, right? Houses come and go, cars come and go. Make an investment in yourself this year and every day of your life to take care of you. Fast regularly, make healthy choices. When you get off track, just get back on, but take care of you. Eat mindfully, and honestly, give your digestive organs a break. Don't eat randomly all through the day. When the digestive organs are taxed constantly, it takes years off your life. So give your digestive organs a break. Big breakfast, good lunch. Try to avoid eating dinner. Go to bed with your digestive system resting. and fast whenever you can.
Yeah.
And if you need more help than that, we are always available.
There you go. There's the contact information right there.
Much
All
appreciated.
right.
Thank you as always.
Carolyn, thank you so much. I'll be in touch with you today because I think it's time for me. I'm committing myself to, as much as possible, to do at least a 2 or 3 day juice fast every month.
I see that. You've been consistent.
Yeah. So
Ryan?
Well, not
Ryan?
we'll let you go.
Right.
We'll let you go. You take care. All the best.
All right.
Again,
God bless you. Take care.
You, your family, and all the wonderful people you serve around the world. Have a happy, healthy, and blessed 2024.
Amen.
All right. Take care. All right.
Excellent. Excellent.
That was amazing. There's the contact information there on the screen one more time. And again, it's shared on all platforms except Ryan's LinkedIn, because I can't post to his LinkedIn because it's his LinkedIn, but it's on the screen. All right. So, my man, well, you are under a little bit of a revolution yourself, though.
You know, I was challenged with doing a detox from a friend of mine, Anthony. He does A+ smoothies. I'm not sure if you ever met him.
Nope.
So the next 7 days, he's sent me a whole bunch of smoothies and immunity boosters. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, when was the last time you had oxtail?
Friday. Was it Friday or Thursday? Yeah, it hasn't been a long time. I'm definitely back to that. So yes, I'm definitely keen.
Yes. So fitness type Ryan is at least not having oxtail. Then I mentioned he goes LMAO. There you go. You knew it, people. Anyone who watches it, I was gonna pull out the oxtail card. I was gonna pull out the oxtail.
I walked into the restaurant and they started making it already. It's like, oh, oxtail, right? I was like, yes, I came.
You could probably smell oxtail by now, right? You can just smell when it's cooking, right?
Oh man,
that's hilarious. Fitness IQ goes, I'm laughing with y'all. Absolutely, that's hilarious. Well, as we close up, a few things as always. Please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And I think I mentioned all to advertise on the platform, any of the platforms I host. Email me dr@vibeshow.com. Join the Discord group. This is a great incentive, family, because I'm going to ask Carolyn to put some of those points. We're going to share it with the Discord group, because a lot of people say, "Oh, I got to go back and watch." Join the Discord group. Save yourself some time.
Yes.
All right, save yourself some time. And as always, get in contact with Carolyn. She can give a consultation for $49 instead of the regular price, $110. Email her and just say, sign on the Morning Vibe or Dr. Vibe. Again, you can email her for any general questions. There's the contact information. Again, if you want to get a hold of Ryan, website, Instagram, email, LinkedIn, all those different things. If you want to get a hold of me, those are the website, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and then scrolling at the bottom for the last few months, all the different places where you can watch the replays on the Dr. Vibe Show, YouTube and Facebook, Afro-Caribbean Business Network, Facebook and YouTube, and Ryan Oneil Knight, LinkedIn and YouTube. That's a wrap. What's up for the rest of the week?
Yes, so Wednesday we have our monthly grant info session. So if you're interested in learning what money is out there, definitely join us there at 1:00. Friday, we're going to be doing the working group, so helping people write. And currently, we're doing the FFBC, which stands for the Foundation for Black Communities, big Bridge and Build grant. So definitely join us for that. And we're planning to be in Ottawa on January the 20th. So Brenda from New Life Project, we're going to be at their location to do an info session about unlocking capital and how to start a business and get funding for it. So if you're in Ottawa, definitely look out for that info.
Sophia Jacob, where are you? Sophia Jacob.
Yes.
All right. Serena says, great conversation. Thanks, Carolyn. Something tells me, Serena, you're going to be emailing Carolyn the next few days. I feel that that's going to happen. More jobs tuning in now. Watch the replay.
Yes.
and Frequency Event Promotions. Have a great week. Dr. Vibe and Ryan, and he's doing his I'm a Entrepreneur podcast live version sometime this month. So I know that's
Wednesday the 24th.
Yeah, so that's coming up. So that's it, everybody. Oh, and also a reminder, coming up on this Friday show, Dr. Tachi is going to be with us talking about media, tech, and pop culture in 2024. So please check that out. Yes, Fitness IQ Camp says the 24th. There you go. There you go. So we're done. And now you can see the background a little bit better. You see that? I said, that's a Carolyn background. You got the veggies and all those things. She's right into it. And yes, yay. Okay, good job, everyone. Thank you, Marie. Hope you can subscribe on the YouTube channel. And Serena goes, yay for this Friday. Absolutely. All right. This is it. We are done. So live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions and aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourselves grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith while good. And send Ryan some oxtail.